everybody, and welcome to my channel. Okay, so this is lesson 2 on the tarot muse and how the cards correlate to the muse itself. And excuse my dog in the background because he is wanting in and he is not getting in. And yes, I have my makeup off because my eyes were beginning to bother me. So I took makeup off with sea breeze, and this stuff is so fantastic. I got the super sensitive one because I have had the stronger version growing up, and I know how that really kind of didn't, it stung like crazy. So I got the sensitive for sensitive skin one, and I love that stuff. I'll recommend that stuff to anybody. So let's get on with it. My daughter is in the background in her room. So last night we was learning about Dora and the cards that correlate with her.
This isn't white. It's every other colour but white.
Next one is Brujula, and she is the muse of trouble or hard decisions. I love this deck.
What about this then?
I've used it with
oh yes.
Just the regular tarot, and then I used it with the oracle.
Oh, so George didn't get any new clothes then?
These are his new clothes, Daddy Pig. The same as before, but no holes.
Oh, I see.
Shall we play in the garden now, Mummy? Yes, let's all play in the
Some
garden.
of these I have not used as much.
Don't worry, there is something we can do with daisies. We can make a daisy chain. What's a daisy chain? I'll show you. First, take a daisy and make a little hole in the stem. Take another daisy and thread it through that hole.
There's that
Then,
one.
make a hole in that daisy stem and thread another daisy through that hole. Look, a daisy chain. Wow! Let me try.
So there's 13 muses, 13 invocations, 7 chakras.
Daisy chain necklace. Yeah, now you are the daisy queen. Yes, I am the daisy queen. Look at me, look at me.
There you go. I'm gonna go in my book.
You need to be something.
It kind of gave me the wrong.
George, you could be a lion. And these dandelions could be your name. George is a dandelion.
Cigarettes, but that's okay.
Ah!
I'm just letting it burn out.
Come and get your food.
Look everyone, I am the Daisy Queen, and this is George the Lion. Oh! And I know a trick to see if you like butter, Daddy. Yes, you do like butter.
Brujula is the sun,
I do.
That's very clever, Pepper.
and root.
Yes, Daddy also likes eggs, and tomato, cheese, and cake. Wow! Do you know what that's mean? Because
Solar
there's
plex.
tomato,
Root.
cheese, and cake all down his front.
Everybody loves picnics. You know you can jump really high on the moon.
How high?
As high
We went to the store today because I paid some on my rent. And then I paid like $89 on my internet. So my internet's paid for. And I figured out how to pay my water bill.
What's the most exciting Blacky Rabbit?
That's third eye.
I can't hear you. Why has he stopped talking? Oh dear, Blacky Rabbit has lost his voice. I better make Dr. Brown Bear.
So root
Dr. Brown Bear's
and solar plexus are hers. Okay. And those. And then I turned on the heat because it was cold in here. I don't know why I'm like shuffling. Okay, so we are going to read about her.
Hello, Grampy Rabbit. I hear you've lost your voice. Say ah, please.
She is the next one.
There's a very serious case of losing a voice. Too much shouting, I imagine. Let's see if a little bit of medicine.
Brujula.
Why?
This is the muse of transition tarot readings. When there are big changes and news cycles on the horizon, you can count on Brujula to help guide these types of tarot readings. She presides at the crossroads of endings and beginnings. You know that feeling in your gut when you're right at the edge of a life-altering change. It's a mix of fear, excitement, and faith, all rolled into one. This is Brujula's energy. She is the goosebumps of intuition, telling you it's the right time to make that leap. She is the call to book that plane ticket and finally see the places that have been on your bucket list for way too long. She is the plan, the potential, and the options before you. She represents the possibilities and the unknown. Brujula and the tarot steer you towards the right decision for you at this time in your life, so you can feel confident moving forward. She dances on the edge of your comfort zone, inviting you to trust yourself to make that big leap of faith and become the master of your destiny. Brujula also opens your eyes to see just how many options and pathways are open to you. When the wheel turns, this is when this tarot muse is going to be present in your readings. Brujula is a wonderful ally during the minor and major life changes, whether they blindside you or come from carefully examined options. Working with the tarot and this muse as your guides will help empower your next move forward. Okay, so of course we would have the Wheel of Fortune.
Hello everyone, you're in for a treat. The circus has come to town. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my circus.
And this one is not for kids because my daughter is not in this one, so. And you'll see a lot, most of these cards of the muses have the same cards in them. So you'll see them maybe 2 or 3 times.
Is it behind that long
And this is like the deck that I use a lot, and I didn't think I would, but I'm beginning to really like it.
Next stop, the fish pond. This way.
Oh, you don't want to go that way. That goes straight into a bathroom.
Aha. It's the shortcut. It's the way I went when I was a boy.
No, if you want to go to the fish pond, you need to go up that path.
Well, I'm taking the shortcut.
All right. Who wants to go through a blackberry bush? And who wants to go on the path?
And I am all about this. Is similar to the Rider Waite, but not exactly. And it's very much different. The Wheel of Fortune.
It's been a long time since Daddy was here. The fish have got a lot bigger.
It says, the tarot card is a literal wheel and represents the wheel of change. In the midpoint in the journey of the major arcana, circles are powerful symbols that continue an endless cycle. I hear my daughter.
We'll pull you out.
She's right behind me. Okay. They are found in many places in nature and in the material world. Wheels move us around. The sun and moon are circles in the sky. We're gonna no screaming.
I don't think it's that big.
At least when the moon is full. Even the earth we live in is round. Everything in nature moves and changes. From day to night, spring to winter, life and death, and all the evolutions in between. Oh, this is like hurting, like, gotta move this way. I'm doing something here. Do you want the air on? Or are you getting too hot? Yeah, hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Where was I? So, of course, this is the first card that Brujula is going to claim as hers in the tarot. In many depictions of the Wheel of Fortune, we see figures on top, around, and sometimes under the wheel. The symbolism of these placements points to the wisdom of dealing with change. You may be on the top of the wheel and the world, living your best life, enjoying your good fortune and feeling aligned. AF with the universe. You may have refused to row the wheel of change, falling behind those who have progressed and moved forward. Or the change represented by the Wheel of Fortune may have crushed you. No matter where you are in that cycle, nothing stays the same for long, and the wheel just keeps turning. The figures seen around the wheel, the lion, ox, man, and eel represents the fixed signs of the zodiac and act as a reminder of time and cycles. Time moves on whether you are an active participant in your life or not. What you do with that time is up to you, and your fortune will often be a direct reflection of that effort you put into your life. Okay, so this does have the zodiac signs, and there's some, but not all. But this is a different one. So the next one is, of course, it would be the chariot. Second car to pull up, the chariot. And that's a pretty, I like her dress. Very, very pretty dress. And instead of horses, it speaks. The Egyptian Sphinx. In many tarot cards, we see the confident figure driving the chariot away from a city out into the world. Brujula and this tarot card asks the court about who is really making the decisions and choices in their life. Are they in control of their destination, or are they happy to let other people take the reins? When you hand over control, it's convenient. It's convenient to blame someone else when things go to crash. Personal responsibility, be damned right. Owning your choices and being in control of the person you become are valuable spiritual lessons. All journeys are going to spend time at the crossroads. At some point, you are going to have to make a decision about what path to go down. Brujula wants you to know that it is never too late to change your mind or get back on track. Even if you make a mistake or cloud a choice, you can always swing the chariot around and come back to your true path again. This is also a tarot card like Morgana. Sorry about that.
Come here right now.
She's playing a game that she doesn't understand that people are going to be knocking her butt off. So she's getting all pissy. Okay, this is also the tarot card that comes up when you are likely feeling torn about a decision or not 100% committed. The two animals pulling the chariot in the card may not want to go the same way. It is the will and fortitude of the charioteer that is going to make sure that the powerful beings pulling them along are going to go where they want them to. The chariot is a reminder to take your time and be sure about your choices. Remember these golden words. The next time you're faced with this card of a big life choice, it is not a fuck yes. It's a hell no. The next one, oh shit. The Knight of Swords.
What's going on? It's our turn in the sand pit. But we got here first. It's seriously being a bit fussy. George started it. Leave George alone. He's only little. Hello. What's all this noise about then? They're trying to push us out of the sand pit. No, we're not.
Can I be a mountain leopard, please?
No, I can only do fruit.
Okay. Can I be...
A plum. There.
Pepper is in charge of the lucky dip.
Roll up. Your lucky dip.
Hello, Pepper.
Hello, Mr. Bull. You've got a green face.
I'm an apple.
Ooh, would you like to try the lucky dip?
Okay. What do I do?
Just pull a prize out of the barrel.
Okay, where
And a
is
winner.
dinosaurs?
Mr. Bull has won a dolly.
Can I have a call?
Oh, this one.
Mrs. Cat has won a digger.
Do you want to swap?
No, thank you. Mr. Bull and Mrs. Cat like their lucky dip prizes.
Roll up, roll up.
Freddy Fox is in charge of the mummies and daddies race.
Thank you. It's all to raise money for a new school roof.
I'm quite good at running.
It's not
No other tarot card is going to go into a situation with sword swinging.
and jump.
Confidence like the Knight of Swords. They are not here to dwindle their thumbs and allow other people to do their dirty work. Oh no, they are going to do the first ones. They're going to be the first ones to jump in, usually without much forethought. That often bites them in the ass later. That said, they are an incredible tarot ally. Call on their energy if you have to muster up the courage to get going and get it done. This night is one of the swift actions of not waiting, but moving and changing now. Brujula likes this night because as a mistress of change, she is not really one to sit still for very long. Either it's too much to experience and see for one to stay in the same place for too long. All actions from small changes in daily routine right up to massive life alterations are connected to this night. Being the night of ideas, any change related to expanding the mind, remaining open about the world, and being curious is welcomed when this card shows up in a reading. Ugh.
That's right.
I have to.
Hey, Rebel. Mama,
What?
there's Rebel.
There is
Rebel on a double.
marble on the double. That's okay. So where was I?
Living outside was a huge, fierce.
The Suit of Swords is connected to the element of air and the mind. Any life events connected to people changing their minds or information coming out and shattering our lives is an aspect of this card. When this happens, there is no going back and nothing is going to be the same again. Buckle your seatbelt because change is coming whether you want it to or not.
I was being the dinosaur.
Even if it has to drag us along, kicking and screaming.
Coming to that. You see?
Another card of change. When I see death, I do not feel like it's like directed towards like physical death. I see it more as in like something changing. It could be like thoughts, it could be habits, it could be people, you know, coming in and out of our lives. And then like when it's in the reverse, I see it as stagnant, not moving, not changing, staying the same in a stalemate. And my face is so bully, I'm gonna have to redo it with that stuff again.
Daddy, I'm Queen Pepper. Speak to me. Mama, I got more scratches. What do you do?
Probably from the kitty playing with you.
That must be very
You know how she likes to get her legs.
It's very interesting.
And what room is this?
This is the dinosaur room.
The dinosaur room? George, this is the dinosaur room. Dinosaur! Where is the dinosaur?
He's somewhere in the room.
I can't see him. He must be very small.
Actually, Peppa, he's very big.
Wow!
These are the bones of a real dinosaur.
Death. Where are you going, Munchkin?
What imagine being a big dinosaur?
Here in a little bit, we're going to go to Allsup's. Okay? I'm going to go to Allsup's and get drinks.
The dinosaur room is George's favourite room.
This tarot card is one of 3 that gets lousy PR thanks to lazy writing. The death card embodies the last level of the playing field we call life. No matter how wealthy, good looking, smart, talented, boring, driven, or downright despicable you are, there is no escape from death. Death is the ultimate change and transformation. We don't really understand, contemplate, or process what happens to us when we die. Many people have stories about the other side and near-death experiences, but we never truly know until we cross that bridge ourselves. Whether you like a death card in the tarot from a philosophical point of view or a signal to you that something important is coming to an end in your life, this is an undeniable a card of change. Death alters everything like fire. It completely transforms whatever it touches. When this card arrives in a reading, things are not just sort of over. They are fucking done. The message is clear. Things cannot stay the same, and change is going to come whether you want it to or not. Just like death itself, the people shown in many of the Astarte representations of the death card represents a valuable lesson about change. It's all about how we deal with, accept, and move on from these massive changes that make us. We can try to beg, negotiate on, or try to escape the coming changes. Or we can accept that we need to take the initiative to prune away the things in our lives that no longer serve us and embrace the death card and its subsequent rebirth. Next one is, of course, the Judgment. I think that we had that with Brujula, but I'm not for sure. I think it was Justice. Okay.
Because we are the smallest.
Very clever, Edmund.
I'm a clever
Hi, Eggman. Hi, SpongeBob. Hi, Patrick. Hi, Silly. Hi, Nemo. Hi, Mario.
It's not the giant.
Hi, Hello, Neighbor. Hi, Ryder. Hi, Robo. Hi, Sky. Hi, Ricky.
My daughter in the
Hi,
background.
Grandma. Hey, Miss Marshall. Hey, Marshall. Hey, Zuma. Hi, Chase. Hi, Everest. You look really weird. I'll say that. That would be sad.
Yes, Emily. When the sun sets, the shadows go away.
Peppa, George, bedtime.
Okay, Daddy. Bye, everyone.
bedtime.
I'm a bit sad that my shadow's gone away.
Don't be sad, Peppa. Electric light can make shadows. And we can make
Hi,
shadow
Fish.
puppets.
Mummy Pig is using her hands to make a shadow puppet.
It's a birdie.
Listen to it sing. Tweet, tweet, I'm a little birdie.
My turn.
Pepper's made a spider.
My name is Mr. Skinny Legs.
Oh, scary.
George is making a shadow puppet.
What's that, George? Dinosaur.
George
A
has
little
made a
birdie.
dinosaur.
That's really scary.
Okay, where is the judgment card? Oh, I had it here
You know
somewhere.
what boys do? They tell stories, sing songs, and eat beans. Beans on toast for everyone.
Boys love
Bear with me.
Everybody loves beans on toast.
Who wants a cowfish?
Taste, taste, taste. Wait.
Yes, I made
Wait.
it up. And it
My
goes like this.
face is so oily.
I'm a cowboy and I'm into my
I
beans.
think I overlooked it.
Hey, Ryder.
It was a wet and windy night in the Wild West. Wild animals were out looking for food. Looking for food at night? Some animals eat at night, Susie. Wild
Cups. Mm.
The brave cowboy
Picture.
was alone. He said,
Yeah.
because something was outside the tent.
There's the sword.
Animal? What's that? It's a wild animal!
Oh, I know. Ah, there you go. Judgment. Ah, pretty picture.
I think it
I really
was
didn't
an
look.
eagle. Eagles live in the Wild West. Is everybody alright? Yes, Mummy. It's nearly home time. But we haven't done the pretend sleeping yet.
But no, if you really seriously think about it, when we leave this world, we do not carry anything with us.
I'm glad there aren't any wild animals.
We will not take the clothes that we wear, so yes, we're going to be sky clad.
Yes, it's my daddy.
So, I think that's a good representation of judgment.
Just as he finished, Baby Bear walked in and said, "Oh, did you see my magic story?" Georgie said,
Judgment,
"Baby Bear said,
judgment.
that was magic."
In many judgment cards, we see people rising from the coffins in response to the angels' trumpets. But this card isn't about raising the dead. It's about hearing and heeding the call from within or above. Spiritually speaking, it means we are being charged to walk our talk. Put all of the lessons learned from the changes, challenges, and decisions into actions. Basically, you are about to level up and are being tested to see if life has made you a better or a bitter person. Change is an interesting thing. Often we find that we can only get to the truth about ourselves or
He walked through forests across
or
He walked all the way to the end of the world and found a
it says change is an interesting thing. Often we find that we can only get to the truth about ourselves or a situation after some space and time allows us the gift of a new perspective. Hindsight is 20/20. After all, knowledge about our patterns, beliefs, habits, and ideas happens after the fact when you have had some time to reflect and your emotional investment has waned a little. Brujula loves practices of self-reflection as it makes you more aware of your choices and options moving forward. There is a spiritual awakening that goes along with this card. Things won't be the same going forward. Change happens on every level. Some people you used to spend a lot of time with might not vibe with you now. You seek out different experiences and enjoy doing things that you had absolutely no interest in before. You have heard people say you have changed. Feel proud, smile back, and say, I sure hope I have. It's a feeling of integrating something that has been long coming and feels right at the core of who you are. The 8 of Cups.
I hope you're not doing stuff. There. You're gonna spend more, but I want to
I think
watch
that's 8.
George wants to play with Dino Rod in the bath.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Dino Rod in the bath. It is night time. George has taken Dino Rod to bed with him.
I think this is the one.
Maybe Dino should sleep somewhere else.
Let me see.
George would have Dino Rod in his bed at night.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so yeah, this is 8.
George cannot play with Dino Rod in the garden,
8 of Cups.
or in bed.
Never mind, George. Dino can sleep more.
Now, when I see this one, she is walking away from something. But I don't know why I'm used to it. Okay. My face is still swollen. Okay, here we go. 8 of Cups. When this card comes up in a tarot reading, someone is leaving something or someone behind. I was right. To embark on a solo journey. Not only are they walking away to higher ground, but they are also leaving behind all of the experience, emotions, and investment that the 8 of Cups represents.
Hey there, Ma.
Sometimes walking away isn't easy, but it is the right thing to do. This card shows that you have the experience of knowing what works and what doesn't. Having listened to the inner knowing of your heart, you have made a decision to move on for your own happiness. It is a decision that not everyone will understand, but you know it's right. We're gonna quit. Alright. Where is I? Journey of self-exploration and discovery are often solo endeavors, and they require a level of emotional intelligence. Brujula loves it when you are brave enough to try something that isn't familiar and routine. To explore the realm of the unknown and the road less traveled, to seek deeper meaning in your own life. Sure, on a superficial level, this may feel like You're running away to avoid uncomfortable situations or challenges. But sometimes that's all you can do to save what's left of your sanity. The Eight of Cups can represent a time in your life when the drama has gotten old. And you know you need to get out of the situation you have created for yourself. It's a wonderfully empowering card as making this is a choice for your greater good, something that Brujula will help you with and also celebrate with you. We need the 10 of... I knew it. I knew that was going to be one of the cards for this one. I just knew it. I was like, you know what? I should go ahead, pull out the 10 of Swords. Just something told me that's your next card you're going to pull out. And for some odd reason, I've been really drawn to this card. And it's interpretation for me. To me, this is like, when I see this card, it reminds me of someone who's just had enough and just no longer wants to deal with anything. And so they're waving the white flag and they go, I give up, I surrender, I'm done. And they just, instead of keep on moving forward, they want to give up. So to me, this is about giving up, but I could be wrong. And this is the last one of Brujula's. The 10 of Swords. The figure that we often see in depictions of this tarot card is not getting up. Getting up and brushing off the 10 swords sticking out from their back. Nope, they are done. I was right. Their toast is burned and things are over. Brujula knows this point. In the journey, well, it's the low point where most people want to give up. Why keep going? Well, the good news is that you know exactly where you stand. Things can't get any worse. And you can slowly start to rebuild when you feel up to it. That's why. Nothing ends without something else beginning. Energy in the universe just don't work like that. So when something has finally ended, you can work with Brujula on a future that does not include lugging the past around with you. However, Brujula doesn't ask that you buck up and get on with it. When things come to an end, taking time to heal, grieve, and close out the past is imperative. This honors your experience. One of the most positive aspects of this card is freedom. The stress is over and you come out the other side of the experience. Even when you thought it may not have been possible, you have weathered the storm and the light is peeking out from the clouds. You can get going again when you feel ready. That is Brujula's cards. These are all associated with her. And this is her, if I can get all of them to be shown. That when you work with the Muse Brujula, this is what you will work with. No, don't do that. Don't do that to me.
Riding without stabilizers is not easy.
Yes, please, Daddy.
This is it. And that is it. This will probably go up tomorrow. And I'll see you later. Choo-choos.